Welcome to On Second Thought. I'm John Price, and I'm here with our pastor, Jay Hackett, where every week we take a deeper dive into life at Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. Whether we're talking about the latest sermon, upcoming events, or just whatever's on Jay's mind, this is your insider look at our church, our staff, and what makes PCBC your church on the corner. So join our conversation as we help you find community, purpose, and growth. Let's get into it. Welcome to On Second Thought. This is episode 37. It is our last episode of 2025. Yeah, we've got next week is Christmas, the week after that, New Year's. So we're going to take a little bit of a break. So, we'll cover some of those topics so you don't feel like any of that is missing out.
It's crazy. I mean, you started mentioning this, I guess, last December, January, the thought of wanting to do a podcast. And, and I said, well, I'm game. I didn't think it'd really ever happen. So I'm kind of excited that we've gotten 37 episodes in this year.
Yeah.
And,
we need to go back and see when we actually started.
Yeah.
Because we've had a few weeks where we've taken off for one reason or another, but we've also been very consistent. Now, my other podcast, I've not been as consistent recently just because of other stuff that have edged it out, but I'm hoping to get back to that soon for my life group leaders.
Because you need one more thing on your...
Well, we were actually talking about a third podcast, starting one up. And so that is something that has been in the works for a while. Again, it's a back burner thing, but, a way of getting people information.
Absolutely.
And a feeling of not just information, but a closeness, feeling, in their own time. That's part of the challenge with everybody's schedules, and it's why I did the teaching one, Teach and Lead Well, is, we're going to do teaching once a quarter, and then, that even got edged out as we had other things pressing on the calendar. So then it was 3 times, and then I think I had my heart cath.
Yeah.
And so we kind of postponed that one. And so being able to provide just some thoughts on life group stuff for my teachers when they can get to it is a great answer.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And that's the good thing. Like you're saying, the allure of it is it's on your time. Mm-hmm. And so whether it's in a travel situation or whether it's I wake up early in the morning, grab me a cup of coffee and flip on the computer and watch or listen or, because we can download a lot of content, you know, and it's like, okay, so I've got, a 30-minute window here. Let me jump in and listen to some of this. And I was, my wife's been driving from Gainesville every day down to work and different things. And so 53 miles one way. And she asked me last night, she goes, guess how many books I've listened to this year? Yeah. And I was like, how many books you've listened to this year? And I thought, what's a big number? I said, 20. And she said, I'm on 91. Whoa. And I was like, do what? And so she has listened to 91 books in 2025, which is crazy to me to even think about. That beats my record. But good grief. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And so I said, well, add an on second thought to that little trek down the road. I said, you got a little time for that. And
it's time to go a little deeper.
I think it is, but hey, it's all good. I'm sure they're all murder mysteries and, she's contemplating ways to kill me in my sleep, but that's okay.
Well,
that's called marriage.
We were at Wallace's life group's Christmas party last night, and we were talking about podcasts. We were talking about listening to audiobooks, and my guilty pleasure with audiobooks is novels. That's when I have time, is when I'm on the road. And so I'm re-listening to, some different stuff, some old Stephen King things that I actually read a while back.
Always Harlan Coben. Harlan
Coben's the man.
And Stuart Woods, John Grisham. I mean, those kind of that, whether it's a police thing or a lawyer thing, I always enjoyed.
No, those are great. I am a fan of a good story. So good storytellers. I love that. So
Stephen King. My sister loves Stephen King. I think she's read everything the man ever wrote.
Yeah, so, I think I read my first Stephen King. I was talking to Jim Butler about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Because they have a podcast about
Children
of the 80s. Yeah,
Yep.
great podcast. I love hearing their banter. But they did an episode on Stephen King movies, like his books that have been translated into movies. And far and away, they have not done well. Not great adaptations. There's been a few good ones, but yeah, I read Misery in 8th grade, read it in one night on the Amtrak train from Washington, D.C. to Sanford, Florida. It was my first induction into Stephen King. I was like, man, this guy is warped.
He is warped.
Next.
Yes. And I am hooked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people are like, what is wrong with you? That probably is where it stemmed from.
All right.
But
Therapy 101 here with John Price.
We've diverged almost immediately off the tracks.
Yeah.
But
end of the year.
It's our end of the year. Give us some grace.
It's all right. Show some grace.
All right. So, I was talking to Jim Butler yesterday during the service.
Yes.
I was in there for the beginning part of worship and the beginning part of your sermon, and then I got a text. They needed help turning on the oven or the stove, so I had to step out,
sneak out,
and show them how to do that. They were getting things warmed up for the deacon and elder and staff lunch.
Gotcha.
So you're going to have to tell me.
Yeah. So just a quick summary of kind of where we were yesterday. We're in the promise of Christmas, and the promise of Isaiah 9 is the promise of a king. And so who is this king that is coming?
Yeah.
What is he really coming to do?
Yeah.
And so the way that Isaiah really breaks it down is he talks about 3 specific areas. First off, he talks about he's the light, right, that he shines into the darkness. And so we talked about just how sometimes holidays and, seasons personally in our own life, we're find ourselves in the darkest places, but it's the darkest is where the light shines the greatest.
Yeah.
And so it was just really kind of neat as Zebulun and I can't think of the other city, Naphtali was the 2 places that were in the most oppression. And it was just beyond the Galilee there. And that's where Jesus showed up in Matthew 4.
I've seen a great light.
Yeah. And so it's like the darkest places where Jesus showed up, started his earthly ministry. And so it's just a reminder that we're never alone. We don't walk anything alone.
Yeah.
And so good. And then talked about, he's also a liberator. He comes to set us free. And he talked about the yoke of Midian. And what he was showing us there was he went from 32,000 people down to 300 people because he goes, you're still going to think you did it. And so the fun thing for us to realize is it's not us strength. It's not us getting stronger, getting better, working on ourselves. We say these things all the time, well, I need to get better at, and if I could do this a little bit. And it's like, no, hold on a second. It's really an area of going, I'm going to take your yoke instead of trying to pull it myself, trying to do it myself. I'm going to let you do it, and I'm going to trust you, and we've gone back to it a couple of times now, but it's the great thing of going, it's not my job to know where I'm supposed to go. It's my job to know where the shepherd is.
Yeah.
And so
that liberating, whenever I want to just kind of mess with people a little bit, I just say that God is a liberal. He's liberal in his mercy, his grace, his generosity. And the idea of conservative is that we have to conserve because there's a limited amount. And, I just remember as a kid, it's just human nature when you have siblings is you're kind of competing for the attention, the love, the affection of your parents as if that is a limited amount. But any parent knows, you have your first child and you're like, how could I ever have any more love? When you have a kid, it's like God opens up another room to your heart you didn't know was there.
Yeah. And
then when you have a second kid, it's like, oh, I thought I was loving my kid 100%. There's no more to give. And wow. And that is just God's love is so liberal, so lavish. It is, he has far more love, mercy, grace, attention for us and it doesn't run out. So that is a concept that's important to remember.
Yeah. And I never had to deal with that because I was my parents' favorite. So it was, I had all their love regardless. My sister may understand what you're talking about.
So you were the delusional
but I never
child.
had to worry about it. Yeah, I was delusional. I still am to this day.
That's good.
But
It works in your
just
favor.
that freedom, that's found in Christ, not a freedom to go do what we want to do. It's a freedom to do what God's called us to do. And realizing that it's not about our strength, it's His.
Yeah.
And then the last thing Isaiah talked about was the fact that He's Lord. He is the wonderful counselor. He's the mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And of His rule, there will be no end. And so we just kind of, really talked about whether you believe it or not, He is Lord.
Yeah.
And so the question is, are you going to make Him Lord of
Right.
your life? And
Right.
so, we don't celebrate this baby that showed up. He didn't stay there. He grew up. He
Mhm.
died a perfect death. He rose from the dead. And now He's ruling and reigning today. We will see it fully expressed in His return.
Yeah.
And so just a special time. And it's just fun to me, to think about prophecy and the different things. We're not seeing it the same way that the people that Isaiah was talking to are, because they were anticipating it to come the first time. We're anticipating him to come the second time. And we're like, man, He already did everything. And so, yeah, Lord, I need You to shine Your light into the areas that I'm trying to hide, into different things. I need Your freedom to break free from sin, to break free from, relationships, to break free from anything that I'm yoked to, that I'm holding me back,
Yeah.
And I think I joked with you yesterday. I was like, dude, you missed your line. It's like this Christmas, you may not need to add something. You may need to lay something down. And, and that's where true freedom comes. And then it's just letting Him be the Lord of your life, and going, all right, you are the perfect counselor. You don't give good advice, you give perfect counsel. And so what is it? And there's nothing outside of your ability to accomplish. And you're my dad, you love and protect, and, going to give and continue to pursue. You're not running from me, you're running towards me. And then the idea of just what is peace? What is that true shalom? What does it look like to go? And as we talked about in our last series, not the absence of chaos, it's the presence of Christ. Of just going, man, I got a peace that no one can imagine. And just beautiful thoughts there from Isaiah. And it was fun
Lord,
to unpack it.
Liberal. And was your first
Liberator.
point? Liberator.
Yes,
Yeah.
don't get all liberal on me. No, it was
And the first
light,
one was King.
Liberator.
Okay, I was like,
Lord.
boy, was it King?
No, I didn't go off my alliteration.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Yeah, it was all good.
Thought I caught you there for a second, but no.
Nope, didn't catch me. So, so we got this coming Sunday that we will continue to unpack Isaiah. And I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to stay in Isaiah on Christmas Eve or if we'll go a little bit of a different spin on that. But excited about just Christmas Eve coming up, and that's going to be at 4:00 on the 24th. And so we're going
a
to
short service,
pack it out. Yeah, 45, 50 minutes, something like that is what we usually shoot for.
Right.
And so hopefully just have a great time together. And, it's a great time, like we said, I think last week, to pause and just kind of take a deep breath and go, okay, Christmas can be stressful, but I'm just so thankful for the King that was born. And just kind of remembering that reason, and
and remembering our church family that
100%.
day, to be able to just wish everyone a Merry Christmas and just right before we step into, that special day is kind of cool. And then the next week we, have New Year's.
Yep.
And so the Sunday in between Christmas and New Year's, no life groups. Worship is at 10:30?
10:30 celebration Sunday. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
I get to talk about just where we've been this year, kind of some different things that God's done, and just kind of remind us about it. I joked with our elders and deacons and staff yesterday that, we have a very short memory, but the reality is we do. And so it's like, all right, we need to be reminded, God, what did you do this year?
Yeah.
And, just take a few moments to go, man, that was a great year.
I think people are going to be amazed
And
when we look back.
So thankful. Yeah.
All
It's been
stuff.
huge. I mean, there's just so many things that we've forgotten about. Well, that was all. I forgot we did that this year. Was that this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, February 1st, I'm coming up on 20 years, so a lot of it has meshed in my head, and I'm like, didn't we just? And they were like, Jay, that was 10 years ago. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, was it really 10 years? I thought it was just the other day.
Yeah.
So But I do that with friends too sometimes. It's like, man, how you been, man? We talked like a couple of months ago, didn't we? And they were like, no, we hadn't talked in years. And I'm like, oh, well, we just picked up right where we left off. So
Yeah, that's a good friendship.
that is a good friendship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, exciting times, man. Just getting ready for 2026 and what God has in store for us here at the church. And
yeah, we've got, we're looking at the next semester. We've the first week of school, I think, is the 7th. January 7th is a Wednesday when we're going to have our night of worship.
Yep.
And that's where we just collectively as a church come together to celebrate the new year, the new semester, and then also just hear about what are some of the opportunities I have to be a part of these special interest groups on Wednesday night for adults. So we'll have some new offerings there, and then those classes will start the following Sunday, and that's the 14th, if I'm correct. On a Wednesday, yeah.
You said following Sunday.
Oh, whoops!
I had to
Thank
correct
you.
Yeah.
So that's also the first day of those classes. Also, when we'll have our first meal
Together.
The Wednesday night meals will kick back. So. Yeah, we're kind of in that middle of life group Christmas parties and our own kind of traditions. And we were talking about that before filming. What are our traditions and what for Christmas? How is that looking differently now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For us, it'll be a little bit different in the fact that we will be at the farm.
Not at your house.
Since we're kind of staying up there right now with the house still getting done. But
you could have a white Christmas at your house, but it would just be like, sheetrock dust, not snow. So.
Yeah, I've got a layer or two of that still, I think.
In your lungs?
Throat, in my lungs. Yeah, a little asbestos, little all kinds of stuff that I'm going to keep with me for the rest of my life now from this house. But yeah, it'll be a little different for us. But, we typically would go to the farm on Christmas Day. And so it'll just be a little different waking up there and, doing all of our Christmas stuff with the family there. And, I was thinking that this is our first year, with Griff in college. She's home now for a month. And, but I was thinking for you, how different is it?
Yeah.
Your kids have been out of the house for both of them now for a little Sydney, I know longer than Boone. But, how has Christmas changed for you guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, one, we still haven't found our home, so we're in a rental place. So we don't really decorate a lot for Christmas right now. But since the kids are gone, I mean, all of our gifts and stuff are just laying out on the dining room table, waiting to be wrapped as they come in from Amazon or wherever. So it's a little more lax there. But they'll come in on Christmas morning early. We'll have breakfast together. We have traditional breakfast casserole and cinnamon rolls. And
what time are we doing that?
I think 8:30. Hey, come on, man.
8:30.
You're going to be coming from the farm. You'll want to light out early, but usually around 8:30, I believe is when we have breakfast. And that, just our little family gets together and just catches up. We've seen each other with Thanksgiving and that stuff, but just we're excited about having that little time. And then April's parents coming over from Bremen. They're crossing Atlanta to be with us for the opening of the gifts and lunch, and then they'll head back. So it'll be nice. It'll be focused on family time and just so we're not traveling. Nice. I'm not going to be going down to Bradenton. We'll figure out a time to do that soon enough. And I think, like I've said, when we're done at your place, I'll probably
take 6 months to recoup.
I'll
kind of go.
I'll be scarce for a couple of weeks, but just to kind of reset. But no, it's we're looking forward to it. I think New Year's Eve we're going to go down to Middle Georgia somewhere, and some friends of April's, and we're going to go. And I think my brother and sister-in-law are coming up, and we'll celebrate a little bit. I'll be making egg rolls.
Nice.
And
well, I've always heard if you can't be in Times Square, Middle Georgia is like second.
I think those are
best.
two ends of the pendulum swing right
but
there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, two different vibes. But no, that'll be fun. And but no.
Will you make it?
No big plans
to the new year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I slept in today till like 8:15, and I couldn't remember. I slept past my alarm. I couldn't remember if we filmed at 8:30 or 9. So I was strongly motivated to get out the door, and was the first one here.
Yeah,
which is very unusual. I would say probably is
first
the first
time that's happened. It's 37 episodes. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
So
that'll be fun. Well, awesome. Well,
well, we hope that you have enjoyed the first 37 episodes and that you will join us for the next. We hope that you will share this, that you'll comment. Is there a Christmas tradition that you guys celebrate? You know, we're always up for finding out new traditions,
And just to confirm, did we get picked up for a second season?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We have to confirm that with Todd. He's our our producer.
He's our producer.
Whether or not he's going to show
get a second
up on
season.
He's got to decide on his.
But right
schedule.
now, we think we're having
so.
a second season.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, I have fun with this. So, I'm looking forward to some more episodes and filling folks in on what's going on the church on the corner.
Absolutely.
So, but we hope you've had a wonderful 2025. And we are praying that you will join us as we have an exciting 2026, see what God is up to here in Peachtree Corners and at Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. So, all right. But thank you for joining us. Have a great day, and God bless. Well, that's it for this episode of On Second Thought. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. If you have a question or thought, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to find out more about your church on the corner, check us out at pcbchurch.org. We'll be back next week with more. So until then, have a great week and God bless.